Now, Korea's historically low interest rate has prompted many Koreans to borrow more, and they're using most of the money for housing purchases. And experts say the increase in borrowing is due to the country's record low key interest rate of 1.75%, and they expect the borrowing trend to continue for some time to come. Our Shin Se reports.
Korean households borrowed nearly $487 billion in March, an increase of $3.7 billion from the previous month. Korea's Financial Supervisory Service says that's their largest margin of growth in the 9 years since it started collecting the data, and it attributed the rise to the country's record low key interest rate of 1.75%. The majority of loans were home loans. There were over 13,000 housing transactions in March, up by nearly 50% from the previous month, and that was just in Seoul. This is in line with the previous worries that the low-key interest rate is only stoking household debt, prompting buyers to borrow more. Korea's total household debt rose over $500 billion in February from the month before, surpassing the 1,000 trillion won mark, or $950 billion last year. Experts say that while the borrowing speed is worrisome, it is a phase the economy has to endure.
Household debt is an all-time high, and that may lead to a long-term depression, just like it did with the Japanese economy. But revitalizing the Korean economy, such as through the housing market, is much more urgent.
Saying that the borrowing trend will likely continue for some time, he added that more fixed-rate mortgage-backed loans like the government's relief loans are needed. The program introduced by the Financial Service Commission in March helps debtors to repay their loans over a longer period of time. Experts say programs like these are one way the government may be able to strike a balance between controlling household debt and reviving the economy by fueling private spending. Shin Se, Arirang News.